Alright guys, we're gonna do a stage 3 upgrade on a Ecoboost Mustang, right? What year is yours? 2016. So we got intercooler, course intake, and downpipe. So we're gonna get started and record the whole process. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to take the intake whole box and this tubing off. 10mm right here. Oh, man. Fit. Unhook this. We're gonna take this off by pressing here. This is an inside party press. We're gonna take this off. Part of the intake. I use my other tool. So once you got this loose, you're gonna have to come down here, move these clamps up. It's not focusing. Yeah, so use move this up and you're gonna have to pull this out. Get that tube out. Come back to the turbo side and you're gonna have another one right there. And you just have your hook up directly to the turbo right there. So on the turbo side, you just use a flathead and you back that out. And you can actually pull it out if you just use this tube side right here to kind of pull it out from the inlet of the turbo. There we go. Make sure there's a little, looks like a line right here. You just turn that and disconnect that. Once you disconnected that valve right there, literally twist off the piece. This tube should just come out at that point. There we go. So we got the stock tubing off. Put this on the side. There's your little baby turbo right there. Now we're gonna have to take this whole thing off. So the stock airbox is actually hooked up to this, which is, I guess, feeds through your, oh, this is actually blocked. I guess this side is open. This is a different bumper, so it's different, yeah. Looks like it feeds through, so once you have this 10mm off, you don't see any of the bolt, you just slide it off. And we got the stock airbox completely out. That was a pretty easy job. That's some dirty filter. Oh my gosh. All ready to go in. Put a flange on it.
Good, unplug everything.
Oh. Do the intercooler. So I guess we have to take all this active arrow off because it's right behind it. So, alright guys, so since we have all this space here, you can easily show you guys. So the intercooler is right there, and this is the piping that goes in, and there's your other side. So you can actually go down. It's a 7mm, right?
Yeah, 7mm.
So for this clamp, there's a 7mm. You can use that, loosen it up and pull this back.
I loosened it.
Yeah, now just pull it back. Pull the passenger side. You can see the intercooler side of the intercooler here. And it's easier to take it off from here. The flathead, you can use a flathead and kind of push it off. So here's of course the intake. Before you put the box on, put your filter on right here. So get this in there, turn it, get it on like this, and just tighten this clamp. Stock, this just slides into your stock. So it looks like this pipe is kind of way too long to made up to this stock one. So it turns out this part is too long to fit in there. Even the Amazon review says that, so we're gonna have to take a Dremel to it and cut this up and try to refit it. So we literally took 1 inch off of this, the leading edge of it, and look at this, slid in perfectly. So we got to keep our stock. I guess this air diverter, and this just mates up to that. So when you get it, it's not perfect fit. You're gonna have to cut about 1 inch off of this. Put this back on, put that one bolt back in, and just tighten it up. It's literally on the inside of this. This box is just held on by 1 bolt. Alright guys, so take your old intake sensor off. You're gonna need a flathead to go over that little bump right there, and just turn it counterclockwise. And look inside, and you can see the divot where you're supposed to come out through. So it should just pull out now. There you go. When you're putting this on the Corsa one, it's just a rubber boot, so you're just gonna push it in there. The box in, put the silicone hose in there. We're gonna just slide this new tube into the turbo with using this coupler. Where's the turbo in? Oh, where's that clamp? We need that one extra clamp. Is it in there? Going back is pretty easy. Well, I'll use all the clamps. Make sure you plug these 2 back in, and just slide this part onto the turbo. This came off the turbo. There we go. So your blow off valve tube and the other one. Make sure you put it in and put the clamp on. And you just need the cover, and we're gonna bolt these on, and we're done with the intake. Still got this friggin' intercooler to do.
We can finish with it now.
Drop this. 2 off. Yeah.
Wait, you got your screws out?
I think we need to take these up to here. Yeah, this is actually all connected to one piece, the active arrow, so I'm gonna have to like finesse with this to pull the other one out. The intercooler is held on by, it looks like just 1 screw on this side, driver's side, I mean passenger side, and we should be able to lift it up and out. Hopefully, we'll see. Just pull this flap behind, and it should be like right there. All the other ones we've seen, it doesn't actually have the active arrow. So just unbolt that, move it up, and hopefully we can slide it out. On the passenger side, we took the bolt off, and you see this right here? So we're lifting the intercooler up and out. That's what we're gonna do. So both sides. There's actually these clips that you pull down. Then you gotta see. Now you lift up. Now you lift up. And slide out. So the other side's already out. Alright guys, so we just decided to get rid of the whole active shutter grill. It's actually easy to take off. There's one right here. This mates to that. It's just pop clips. Took that off. The 2 bolts we already took off down there. And you can unhook all this. The motor right here, and there's a plug which just you have to unhook for the motor.
Oh, it's on there,
Yeah,
bro.
we're gonna unhook that and should be able to pull this out. Pull things off. Yeah, the back is done. The intercooler is coming out now. There it is. Stock little baby one.
Compared to this.
Put it on top of this or next to it. There you go. Good to know. Make sure to swap your map sensor. So this needs to go on the new one. Yeah, that was a pain, so we just hooked everything up. Make sure to put the map sensor back on. Just gotta start it and see how everything is. Make sure there's no leaks. The active arrow. Make sure you plug this sensor back in. After that, you're gonna have to plug this map sensor and this active grill shutter, the motor. Take it out and just zip tie it here so you don't get a check engine light. And last step is just bumper back on, and we're done. We're actually not gonna put the downpipes on because might have to end up going to a muffle shop to weld it. Guys, we're all done. Rev it a couple times. Definitely louder. You can hear the blow valve now. You can hear the blow valve. Guys, finally put the downpipe on. It's a pain in the ass to take off. 2 bolts up there. It's way easier to take it from the bottom.
A little bit. Yeah, something moving.
Got this clamp. The resonator was cut off previously, so we're just gonna have to weld it. It's literally straight fat from back there. So it's literally a turbo back exhaust. Straight up to the turbos. Oh shit, it's loud. Loud. Downpipe in, intake. It's like it's loud as hell. Alright, we just got everything put on. Finally. Come on, man. Send it.